pushed Cousins out of the way, as you can hear the fans behind me yelling at that ref. Well, the ref didn't see anything, so Missouri State's going to have the ball on that offensive rebound by Pickens. Weems has it now, gives it to Downing. Downing finds Weems. There's the makeup call right there, as they're going to call a off-ball foul by Bazookas. Blocking foul is going to be Illinois State ball, and Tyler Brown's going to come back onto the floor. 46 seconds left in the first half. Redbirds down 10 with the ball. Number 42, Christian Kirk, from the starting lineup earlier, is going to check back in for Kyle Weems from Missouri State.
Big standout stat right now. Redbirds are 1 for 8 from behind the three-point arc, shooting just about 12%.
Nick Moore dribbles up the court. 30 on the shot clock, 37 on the game clock. He finds Carmichael, who gives it right back to Moore. Carmichael sets a pick on Bazookas. Iki's open for three in the corner. He takes the shot. It's good! Iki! Huge three by John Iki. Gives him 2 for 9 for the game for Redbird shooting. Shot clock is turned off. Brian Allen pumping up the crowd right now, folks. We got 13 to play. 12 in the first half. Bazookas dribbling on Nick Morris. He finds Patterson open for three. He doesn't take the shot. He's driving in on Carmichael. Can't get the layup to go. Rebounded by Missouri State. Tipped again. 1 second left. And that's the half, folks. That's the half as Missouri State got the putback at the last second. Their lead's going to be to 9 points at the end of the first half. We're going to have a very special guest, folks, so stick around. Please stick around. Can't stress enough. We're going to take a quick short break, and we're going to go back to Chris Newman in the studio for his halftime update. You're listening to 103.3 WZND, the pulse of Redbird Nation.
Keep it tuned here to 103.3 WZND Fused Radio for your continuous live coverage of Illinois State basketball.
Welcome back, and thank you for listening, folks. You're listening to 103.3 WZND's broadcast of men's Redbirds basketball. As play has resumed, Jackie Carmichael goes up. He's going to get fouled. No basket, though. We're going to bring in, again, our handyman, Christian Baker, right now, alongside Andy Raskowski. And once again, I'm Mike O'Brien. Christian, what do you think of the game so far?
Thanks, Mike, for the introduction. I just got some halftime keys for you guys here. This seemed like every time they got into the post to Jackie Carmichael, we had a little bit of success. It seems like if we can continue to do that in the second half, we should be able to at least catch up, bring this deficit down a little bit. And I also have a question. Where is Mr. Brown today? I'm wondering, our star guard, he should be coming out with a little bit more intensity. I really wish that we get him more involved in the second half. I think that we'll have success if we're able to do so. But a positive, Kyle Weems, we've been able to keep him basically on lock. We've been able to settle him down. Their best player is someone who averages 15, only has 6 points in the first half. So I believe if we continue to lock down on him, we should be able to cut this deficit down and you know, make a good statement.
Like you said, Redbird defense playing well against Weems, but not playing well against the three-point shot, even though Missouri State hasn't been able to nail him. And like you said, Tyler Brown only has 1 point in the game. Very, very unusual for Weems. As Bazookas gives it to Weems, 7 to shoot. It's going to be stolen by Jackie Carmichael. He's going to come up with it. We're just under 19 minutes left to play in the game. It's going to be a foul on Kyle Weems on John Wilkins. Two are getting physical with each other, a little shouldering. On the floor right now to start the second half, we got Nick Moore, Tyler Brown, Jackie Carmichael, John Wilkins, and John Iki for the Birds.
Two of the guys that, you know, really when they can score, the Redbirds will win. John Wilkins and Tyler Brown have been held somewhat in check, you know, early on. Well, pretty much in check. John Wilkins with not a single point, and Tyler Brown only with 1. Really, where their scoring goes, the team goes too. So that's really been the story so far in the first half.
I know that Iki's been scoring well, though. I will say that. I don't know how many points he has.
Yeah, Iki's the leading scorer right now for the Redbirds with 10, and the next closest is Carmichael. The rest of the players on the team don't have more than 3, and that's just Brian Allen with one field goal made, which is the three-pointer. Nick Moore looking to inbound. He's going to go deep to John Wilkins, who's going to get it right back to Nick Moore as he runs up the court. Moore being guarded by Bazookas on the floor from Missouri State. Weems, Kirk, Shear, Downing, and Bazookas, the starting lineup against the same starting lineup for the Redbirds. Nick Moore has the pull up. No good. He's going to get his own rebound, though. He's going to try again from 3, and it's good this time around. Nick Moore with the three-pointer.
Nice little kick off the rim on the miss by Nick Moore. Went to Johnny T, who got it right to Nick Moore and had no problem stepping up and draining that three-point shot.
Redbird fans, the student section getting a little into it. They're trying to distract the Missouri State team as Weems has the jumper, and that's good.
We cannot let him
by John Wilkins.
We cannot let him get started. A good shot on the wing by Weems. Obviously, player of the year last year. We got to continue to lock him down.
Nick Moore driving in. He finds Carmichael down low. Got a mismatch on Kirk. He's got height on him. He posts up, gets the floater to go, and it's good. Carmichael. Bears lead down to 6 as the Redbirds are charging right back to start this second half.
I always love it when they go down to Carmichael down low. He can post up against just about any player in this league. Kirk being a little bit of an undersized big man, Carmichael's got the clear size advantage on him and took full advantage of that.
It's going to be an off-ball foul, it looks like, on John Wilkins, as Bazookas was driving in the court. It's going to be a holding call. It's going to stay down there as Caleb Patterson's coming in for Christian Kirk. Caleb Patterson been on the court, been on the floor quite a while now at today's game, switching probably around 50-50 with Christian Kirk.
Christian Kirk, a big body. He's about 6'10", really good defensively, and knows how to work the post offensively as well.
Bazookas gets fouled by Nick Moore as he goes up, and like you said, Missouri State head coach really has no option to put in Patterson when the Redbirds put in this height-filled lineup in Wilkins, Beakey, and Carmichael. Patterson's really the only true center they have on their lineup as Christian Kirk is listed as a forward. Bazookas, his first shot is up, and it's no good off the back rim. Like the Bazookas only has 2 points. 0 for 3 from free throw. It's going to be his fourth. Fans getting crazy here as his second shot is up, and it misses again. He's 0% from the free throw range. That's huge for the Redbirds when it comes later in the game, especially.
Really lucky for the Redbirds. Missouri State is shooting terrible from the free throw line, shooting just 17%. Really something to maybe look for.
Jackie Carmichael gets the layup and the foul. While Andy was talking, Jackie Carmichael drove to the basket, missed the layup, offensive rebound, tried to put back, missed it again. The rebound again, goes up, gets the layup and the foul. A second three-point opportunity for Jackie Carmichael in tonight's game. He has a chance to get the Redbird deficit down to 3 points as Weems and Shears come off the court for the Redbirds.
He's really playing like a man tonight. That time, he seemed possessed. Nobody was going to stop him from scoring.
He got those rebounds. He looked like nobody was going to stop him. He was fired up. He got the first rebound, went up with it, went a little bit short, but he grabbed that third one and said, I'm putting this in, and won.
Fans getting wild again now as Bazookas gives it over to Downing. Downing, big being set by Patterson. Patterson's open for three. He's going to take it. The only three-point center I know. Over the back foul on Pickens. Up. They're actually going to call this on Nick Moore as Pickens went to go for the rebound. You can obviously hear the disgust of the Redbird fans right now.
Really a questionable call there, to say the least. Nick Moore looked like he was just doing, a little bit of a traditional box out, but the refs must have saw something that we did not.
Downing goes up, and there's going to be a charge called. Downing goes on the floor, and there's going to be a charge called on him. Nick Moore sacrificing the body to have the turnover. The Redbirds now have the opportunity to tie the game up.
Really great to see this Redbird team kind of take the halftime to cool off, regroup themselves, get right back in this game, and they're making a good run early on to cut the deficit down to 3.
16:42 left to play in the game. Thank you for listening, folks. You're listening to 103.3 WZND's broadcast of Illinois State men's basketball, brought to you by Avanti's. As Carmichael has a shot from the free throw line, and it's good. He has a little finger point to the crowd. He's loving it right now. Carmichael is hot with 12, 14 points. Missouri State forced to call a timeout. Redbirds right back into it.
We're starting to see a new game here, folks. We really are. We're starting to see the momentum totally shift to the Redbird side. now we're finally seeing the home court advantage come into fruition.
Absolutely. Carmichael is just waking up here in this second half. This Missouri State team has really awakened the beast in him. He now has 14 points on the game, 9 rebounds. This guy is a double-double machine so far this year, and it certainly looks like he came ready to play in this second half.
Yeah, Missouri State's coach really had no opportunity there. This crowd was getting as loud as I've ever heard it from Jackie Carmichael. And Jackie Carmichael getting feedback, and the crowd's getting feedback by Jackie Carmichael as that last bucket, he just kind of looked around and said, what do I got to do to get you guys on your feet? Nonetheless, everyone's on their feet. The Redbirds deficit's down to 1. The closest it's been all game since the game was tied at 0-0 at the beginning of the game.
Really, the two players we saw last year kind of carry the team, Icky and Carmichael, doing so tonight. Other than Icky's 10 and Carmichael's 14, you see Nick Moore has 5, Tyler Brown still with 1, John Wilkins still without a point, Anthony Cousin with 2, and Bryant Allen with 3. Really been the key guys for the scoring so far.
If I'm Coach Jacobs right now, I'm telling them we got to shove it down their throats. We got to get it to the post every single time. Give it to Carmichael. He's a man down there. Let him go for his double-double and score 25 on these guys.
Missouri State's on the court, ready for the Redbirds to join them, as Jankovic is still writing up plays or talking some motivational advice to his Redbird players. It's going to be Missouri State ball when we inbound again. Right now it looks like Patterson's on the floor, Bazookas, Downing, Pickens, and Gully on the floor. Only 2 people from the starting lineup for Missouri State, and Bazookas and Downing. Our next broadcast on WZND will be this Saturday, January 28th, against Southern Illinois. Make sure to listen in, folks. That should be quite a game, as Southern Illinois handed the Redbirds a loss on January 1st in Carbondale. Redbirds are taking the floor now. Zeke, Moore, Wilkins, Carmichael, and Brown step onto the court. The same lineup that left the court when we left the timeout. Once again, the tall lineup, or the height lineup, as I like to call it, with Wilkins, Carmichael, and Iki. And Bazookas gets the inbound, and he dribbles up on Nick Moore. Scully being guarded by Iki. Iki's got the height advantage there. Pickens being guarded by Wilkins. Wilkins also has the height advantage. Bazookas dribbling on Moore. He finds Downing being guarded by Brown. Goes to goalie, 8 to shoot. Bazookas is wide open in the corner for 2 points, and it's good. This is before the arch. It's only a 2-pointer. The Redbird deficit's down to 4.
Nick Moore seemed to get caught up in the screen a little bit. Couldn't quite get to Bazookas as he hit that shot.
Jackie Carmichael. He feeds Tyler Brown, who shoots an open soon, no airballs it. And that's what the story about Tyler Brown has been all night. Can't sink in his shots and only has 1 total point. So his goalie gets the wide open lane for the easy layup from a pick set by Taylor Patterson. You can't get any easier than that.
Really just poor communication there defensively.
John Wilkins now has it. He finds Nick Moore. Nick Moore, he's going to get charging call against him. And this timeout seems to be exactly what the Missouri State Bears needed as the momentum's getting shifted towards them. 15-17 is going to take us to our first media timeout of the first half. Don't go away. You're listening to WZND, the pulse of Redbird Nation.
Missing out on your basketball fix? Don't worry, 103.3 WZND Fused Radio is bringing you live coverage so you never miss a shot.
And welcome back inside Redbird Arena here at Doug Collins Court. You're listening to Redbird Basketball on 103.3 WZND, the pulse of Redbird Nation, brought to you by Avanti's Home of the Gondola. Right now we're in a media timeout. Redbirds trailing by 5 as the cheerleading squad, with a little help of some junior cheerleaders, are trying to get this crowd into it during a during a little intermission.
Yeah, anything to get this team back into it. They seemed like they had it going. They seemed like they were going to cut the lead down and tie this game up. Down just 1 when they had the 35-36, but Missouri State with 4 straight points has really increased their lead.